Okay, I think we'll get started. So today we're going to talk about the Henderson-Hasselbalch as a shortcut for calculating buffers. So last time we learned about buffers via the common ion effect, and certainly something that you are able to handle now with your practice, but this will be a shortcut. So this will be a relatively short video, and we'll see how we get this very valuable equation, the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, used very often in biochemistry, in the laboratory. In a biochemistry laboratory, you're making buffers all the time. So Henderson-Hasselbalch, very, very important. So let's derive this equation. That's what we'll do first, and then we'll look at an example. So let's take an acid dissociation reaction. HA goes to H plus A minus, and we know the Ka is products over reactants here. So let's go ahead and take this and take minus the log of this equation. And this derivation will be an exercise in properties of logs. So what are some of the properties of logs here? So log of A times B equals log of A plus log of B. Log of A over B equals log of A minus log of B. And finally, minus the log of x equals equals log of 1 over x. This is kind of just this one for a special case. Okay. All right. Well, let's employ some of these. Oh, and then also, what is this minus log operator? So minus log of anything is P that anything. So minus log of the hydrogen concentration is pH, minus log of the hydroxide concentration is POH, etc. So this, using that same idea, this is pKa. pKa. It's minus log of Ka. Let's do this. Let's use this property here now to flip this. So this is going to be positive log of no, sorry, let's not do that. Let's break up the log here like this. Okay. I'm going to treat that as one thing times this thing. So I'm going to have minus log of H plus. The reason we want to do that is to isolate a pH term here. So log of H plus minus log of A minus concentration over HA. Well, what is this? This is pH, so this is pKa equals pH minus log of this. Now we could do a couple of things here. We could just flip this and make that positive. That would be a version of the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. But the most common thing to do is just bring this to the other side. And so if we see the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, it's most often like this. And so that's the derivation of the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So I encourage you to sit down with a blank sheet of paper and see if you can derive the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Also derive one for a base reaction, so a base dissociation reaction. Get a version of the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation for POH. Okay, well, let's see how this can be useful then for a buffer. We can kind of see it here in this relationship. We have this ratio, right? And this is a conjugate base to the acid. And what did we learn last time about the common ion effect when we were making buffers? We take, say, acetate was the example we used. So we take sodium acetate as the acid, or as the conjugate base to acetic acid, which is the acid. So we have acetic acid, sodium acetate, and we mix those together in roughly the same amount. We control that ratio, we control the pH of that buffer. And we see that ratio sitting here in the calculation of the pH. Also note, this ratio is logged, so it doesn't have a big effect. So there's that sort of buffers this difference too. A big difference here gets lessened because it's taking the log. Then pKa sits in here. That's showing that we want our pKa to be pretty close to the target, because what if this is exactly equal? Then this ratio is 1 and log goes away. So if we make the buffer where we take the same amount of, say, acetic acid and sodium acetate, equal moles, then that's like the optimal buffer for acetic acid. So that is the case when this and this are the same. So log of 1 is 0, and so the pH equals the pKa. So you can Google or look up the pKa's for a lot of acids, and you would want to choose the acid that is closest to the target pH that you're going for in your buffer. So let's take the example of acetic acid. We did that last time. So if we look at the Ka, we've got that. The pH, we want to target pH of 2.4. So let's check our pKa. If we take negative the log of this, and we get 4.77. Not too bad. It's pretty close to the 4.25, which is our target. We could probably find some acids that were closer with their pK. So just a slightly bigger pKa would give us a little lower pH. But they might not be as common or as cheap or as inexpensive. So acetic acid, sodium acetate, very common and easy buffer to make in the lab. Inexpensive and ubiquitous in all the labs. Okay, so let's just take the Henderson-Hasselbalch and plug in our target. Here's our pKa. So what ratio do we need to make? That's what we're asking here. How do we make this buffer? So we rearrange this equation to solve for the log of this ratio. So we get 4.25 minus 4.77. This is important, a minus, so we got to keep track of the sign there, minus 0.52. Let's unlog this thing. So we raise to the 10, or 10 to it. That will undo the log. That will give us this ratio. So 10 to the 0.52 is 0.30. So that says that the ratio of conjugate base to conjugate, or to acid, should be 0.3 or 3/10. And that makes some sense because our target pH is less than our pKa. That means we should have more acid than the conjugate base. So if they were perfect, then the pH, the target pH, would equal the pKa. So if they were the same, equal. A mismatch, right? If this is lower, so 0.3 in this case, then we're going to shift towards the to lower pH, to more acidic than the pKa. And if we have a ratio that's bigger than 1, we will shift to pHs that are above or more basic than the pKa. Now this just gives us the ratio. So the Henderson-Hasselbalch gives you the ratio, and then you decide, based on your requirements, how you would make this buffer in terms of the absolute values. So let's say you had 0.1 molar acetic acid sitting around. Right? Then you would need to make up a solution using sodium. So then you grab sodium acetate, which is a solid, off the shelf, and you need to make a solution that is 0.1 times the 0.3, because we would bring this over to this side, right, which would be 0.03 molar sodium acetate. So you would weigh out enough sodium acetate in a liter or 500 mils or whatever you need to make 0.03 molar sodium acetate. Then you would add those volume to volume, 1 to 1, to create your buffer. And so that's how you would create a buffer in the laboratory. This is a workhorse equation in biochemistry laboratories, in molecular biology laboratories where you're making buffers all the time. So practice this. There should be plenty of problems in your whatever chemistry book that you have, and get good at using the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, both when you're sitting down with your homework, but also when you're in the laboratory. It's really important to be able to think on your feet in the laboratory and perform the calculations that you need. And it's easier said than done. You know, when you're first learning this stuff, when you're actually doing things, it's a little bit harder to know what to do. So the better you get at this, the more natural it become when you're in the laboratory setting.